the meeting of the Mansfield Middle School roof building on January 11th at 10 o'clock.
John, I move the approval of the December 10, 2021 minutes.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I just have one correction to make on that, if that's all right. Item 4, project update from Silver Petrocelli. It says Mr. Goulet from Imperial stated they'll be providing a schedule. That should have been Bruce. I do not provide schedules.
Oh,
I will, with the,
okay.
any
other comments?
I will, of course, accept that proposed correction. My motion should be considered to include that correction.
Any other? All those in favor? William and who else? David?
All of us.
Okay, and project update from Clerk of the
Okay.
Works.
Yeah. Morning, everyone. Yeah, as we were talking about a little while ago. Yeah, we had hoped to have the roofing, at least the removal of the existing insulation and the base sheet put down over the week of Christmas, but because of the weather, we had a lot of rain and just moisture that week. There was not a lot done. And even last week, very little got done. And I think as Alan had mentioned, the plan is to hopefully be back there Wednesday through Friday this week to complete the roof. All of the other roofs have had the insulation replaced and has the base sheet on, and about 50% or more of the building has the cap sheets already on, which is the finish coat. They're working on the brake metal edging. That's probably, if not complete, very near complete on the south half of the building. So 50-60% of the building is complete there, or darn near. So I think that's where we are. So the hope is to at least have the replacement of the existing system complete, hopefully by the end of this week, weather and temperature dependent. And then they'll be working on the cap sheets, which is and then the trim, the brake metal trims and that for the next period of time after that.
I have a question, if I
Sure.
may, John. What is a cap sheet?
The cap sheet is so basically it's a wear course. You've got the base sheet, which is actually your weatherproofing, and then because that's really, it's a thinner layer, but that's giving you moisture or your weather protection. The cap sheet goes over that to provide you some wear resistance and an extra layer of protection.
Thank you.
So yeah, so when you look at the roof, it's the white sheet that's not, you'll see the white roof, that is the cap that goes over it.
Any other questions? Doug, when do you anticipate this phase of the roof completed? I know we gotta wait for the panels and so on until
Right.
April or May or June.
Yeah, I haven't talked to Bruce in a week or so, but I mean, I would hope that, in the next couple of weeks that we're done with everything with the brake metal and the cap sheets and that. Again, this is all weather dependent. If we get snow, if they, can't get up there, it'll slow things down. But as long as we have decent weather and it's not too cold, like today, we should be able to get up there and complete it next week, next couple of weeks, I would think. Bruce may have a different timeline, but I would think certainly by the end of the month, in any case.
Okay. Any other questions for Doug? Okay, number 4, the approval of invoices from Collier's project leaders dated September 30th for $130. October 31st, 2021 for $455, and November 30th, 2021 for $3,347.50. Motion to approve.
I'll
Motion
move.
to approve.
David. Question, Tony?
I'll move. I'll second David's motion.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Anyone have any questions on that? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those in favor? Paul, David, okay. Okay, that's approved by everyone. Project update from Imperial. We did get a letter. I don't know if Amy was gonna say anything to that effect.
You waiting for me?
Yes.
Anyone here from
Well, the update
Imperial?
is pretty much what he said was like, we didn't get nothing done during the school break because it was just really horrible weather and temperature. So temperature's supposed to be up in the 30s tomorrow, high 30s. So we're gonna go at it pretty hard tomorrow, Thursday and Friday, and get the gym roof off and on. So we emailed everybody so that if the school has any activity, so they can let us know if anything changes, but we'll be covering the floor. So if any, dust falls down, we can just pick up the plastic and be out of there, when we're done at night, be done. So hopefully the next 3 days will be, that part will be off. And then the cap sheet won't take long. As far as the metal, probably all the metal on half the building is done, and all the counter flashing, which is a lot of work, is done. All the stainless steel counter flashing is done. So, a good majority of the metal. The rest of the metal remaining is pretty just snap-on face. A lot of it does not have an extender because it had a brick outside, so we won't need an extender on that. So sheet metal shouldn't be far behind that. It's done. We did start pulling some equipment out that we don't need, and as we don't need more equipment, we'll pull it out of there and get everything picked up and out of there. So. We did shovel the roof yesterday over the gym, so we're in our way we got it out of there.
Any questions?
Yes.
Bill?
As far as shoving the roof, is some of that included in the base price, or is that a per hour cost, or how does that work?
I would love that, but no, we took care of the cost of that. So,
Okay, great, good for you, or good
if you
for
want
us.
us to do money hour, I'd be happy to submit something, but it was something we did.
Depends on how much per hour. But.
No, it was something we did. We just want to get the project done, so we just, we sent some guys out there and pushed
Yeah.
it off.
Now, I have a question.
Go ahead, Paul.
Bruce, for the roofs that have base sheet only, you won't be removing the snow from those roofs, will you?
No.
Okay, good. I mean, I'd just be concerned about damaging the roof surface when you remove snow. With the gym, it doesn't matter because you're replacing that roof anyways, obviously.
Yeah, we've when we remove the snow, we use those heavy plastic shovels, but when you buy those shovels, there's always a metal band on the bottom. So we take those off. And because we've been on many roofs where people had others shovel the roof, and they said, we use plastic shovels, but they never took the metal band off, and there's 500 holes in the roof. So, and it really wouldn't damage or modify it. But if we have to shovel a little snow for the sheet metal guys, that's not a big deal. But we will not be removing large areas of roof on what's there. And basically, the roofs that have to be capped are pretty sloped pretty well, so they will melt off fairly quickly. Well, not today, but
Yeah.
They'll melt off and be out of there very quickly. So.
Question.
Go ahead, David.
Today's cold. Will it do any physical damage to the roof considering how much moisture we've had over the past few days?
No, not at all. No.
Okay, any more questions?
John, I have one more, and I just want to basically close the loop on this on this circle. As far as Imperial is concerned, you have all of the materials you need to complete not just this phase of the project, but to complete the entire project in your possession as of now, so that as one phase ends, you can seamlessly go into the next one. Correct?
Correct, yes.
That is
Yes,
great
we have.
news. That's great news. Thank you.
Yeah, we have all the materials there. We have, the metal is either, well, we took it out of the parking lot, put it on the roof so no snow plows in it. So, we've seen that before, so. And then any flat stock metal that has to be for like miscellaneous flashings is in our sheet metal shop, so we can, fabricate it there. But I believe all the fabrication is done, except maybe a few miscellaneous custom pieces that have to be made.
And that can be done when the time comes in your shop.
Correct, right.
Great. Thank you.
Yep.
Moving on, project update from Silva Petroselli.
I'm saying, Al, did you have something you wanted to say?
Yeah, Alan, did you have a question?
Yeah, I just say if anyone wants, we have some pictures to share of the roof again. So I don't know when you want to put that in, but we can show them during someone's update if you want.
Okay,
I'd love to see them.
Yeah, can we see them now, Alan?
Sure.
Are you a host, Alan, or a co-host? There we go.
So the white surface, you can see that's the cap sheet that Doug was talking about.
Right.
And then any of the roofs that have a black sheet still is the base sheet.
Is that black or white?
But black.
Okay. So on the roofs that you were showing us with white sheets, those are totally completed, or it's just the surface is completed?
Right now, those are complete. I mean, what didn't show on there was the brake metal, the edging that goes on. That has all been installed, or largely, depending on the location. So those areas at this point are 95 plus, or if not 100% complete.
Thank you.
okay. Update from Silva Petroselli.
Good morning, everyone. I guess the one thing I'll add to the conversation, Steve June in my office, who is our field contact, who's been out on the roof, has done field reports and taken pictures similarly that what Alan just showed. Bruce and his crews have done a good job in terms of, well, you have to be patient with this weather, because in the winter, you're always going to get delays like this for rain or snow or cold. And they've done a good job being flexible in their schedule to get back to the roof when they can, and to protect it. I don't know, Alan, the roofs that they've completed, the quality has been very good that we've seen. And I guess we need to obviously talk about any problem areas that you're having. You said I heard you said that you may have a few leaks or issues. And, there are always bugs that you have to work out with new roofs. Typically, there are a handful of leaks that will chase during a roof project. So it's not uncommon to get a leak here or there from a brand new roof. And once those are solved and fixed, then, the warranty starts and everything else. So in this case, we're not quite done with the roof, and the gym is a big one. And I appreciate Bruce talking about protecting the gym floor. I mean, we always expect that when you're doing a gymnasium, so you can get the dust and protect the floor itself. So I don't really have anything else to add except for the fact that we as Paul had mentioned, there is a next phase, obviously, and we did receive a schedule yesterday from Bruce about the PV. And the PV really is scheduled to start in the end of February into March, it appears. So we're looking at more spring-like weather for the PV to start at that point.
Anyone have any questions? Okay, moving on, approval of.
I do. I have a
invoice dated
question.
from Silver Petrison.
John, I have
Yeah,
a
go ahead.
question.
I'm sorry.
I have a question about the photovoltaic cells and snow. I have PV on my roof, and yesterday there was a huge slide, and all the good work I did shoveling my deck was gone. And I know that at the town square there are real problems with snow sliding off of slanted roofs. So I'm wondering, how do you deal with, what kind of accommodation has been made for the slant and snow melt?
Good question. The good news is, well, a couple things. One, the type of roof we're putting down is a modified bituminous roof, and it has a lot of grip. It has unlike some of the other types of membranes, this roof is it's very traditional roof. It has a high grit surface, so it's non-slip, and snow does not slide off of it easily at all. And it's also self-healing, which is great, which is why we often recommend it. The PV panels on this roof, I don't believe we have any that are right near the edge of the roof. So any slide off the panel will hit the roof first and stick in place. It shouldn't slide off the roof per se. We haven't had that issue on roofs like this. So I'd be surprised to see any sliding off of the roof with snow.
I do know if for some reason it was a problem in the future, you can get snow guards that, you know, screw onto the panel frame. But as Paul mentioned, yeah, I would not foresee a whole lot of, you know, snow sliding off the roof or anything.
Thanks.
Any other questions for Paul? Okay, approval of Silver Petroselli invoice dated December 1st, 2021 for $890. Motion to approve.
So
Motion
moved.
to approve.
Anyone? David? Bill, second.
Sure.
Discussion, anyone? All those in favor? Okay. Motion to adjourn. David? Paul? All those in favor? Looks unanimous to me. Okay, we're adjourning at, Paul, what time do you have?
I have 10:19 a.m.
Okay, adjourn at 10:18.